Starbucks expect it to cost you a bit more.
3.5 times more than other places around the country.
Experts are expecting the company to raise prices again to make up the difference.
Why does Starbucks charge so much for its goods? Based on what its rivals are charging, Starbucks determines its prices. For instance, Starbucks might charge 60 cents to be seen as a premium alternative if all other coffee shops in town are charging 50 cents for a cup of coffee. In a market with intense competition, businesses frequently employ this price strategy. Starbucks increased the cost of beverages nationwide, marking the company's significant price rise. Grande and Venti brewed coffees were not affected by the price change. What gives? Green coffee prices have dropped, although the company's third quarter net income increased by 25% to $417.8 million from $333.1 million a year earlier. Even your typical Starbucks coffee order will increase in price over the next few weeks as restaurant costs continue to rise around the country. This is the fifth occasion in the past 2 years that Starbucks has increased menu prices, according to a recent report. In an effort to increase profits in the second half of 2023, the coffee shop chain is also implementing additional pricing actions that may result in additional fees for select products. Recently, many customers have begun to notice price increases in their neighborhood, and while some complain about yet another increase in menu prices, the business is experiencing record profits. Several fast food and restaurant chains are currently adopting this divisive pricing strategy as they get ready for a consumer slump and implement their final price increases before the economy starts to tank once more. Starbucks goods have seen price increases of 20% to 30% over the last 2 years, according to MBS food sector specialists. And it appears that lattes won't become less expensive anytime soon, based on the international company's second quarter financial report. Starbucks last announced a price rise on May 6, passing along a 20-cent increase to the price of a number of beverages. It has increased prices by an average of 70 cents so far this year. Starbucks' new CEO, Laxman Narasimhan, stated in a recent issue that pricing rises will now be more moderate. The good news is that this suggests that they might not be as high as before. The unfortunate news is that they still take place. In its most recent earnings report, the company stated that it would be increasing prices once more in 2023 due to higher operating costs, including the rising costs of food, labor, and packaging. However, as people brought out the recent decline in the price of other commodities such as coffee beans, as well as the company's declaration, it drew criticism. According to the company's financial report, pricing rises caused net sales to increase by 15% on a yearly basis to a record $8.1 billion in 2022. The chain of coffee shops recorded a 31% rise in profits over the previous 3 months. Andy Lewis, a historian, claims that Starbucks' justification for the upcoming price rises is just word salad to hide corporate greed. Similarly, after handling its CEO a nearly 40% raise the year before, Starbucks raised prices for the 5th time, promoting an outcry from the consumer advocacy group Public Citizen. In his article, he claimed that businesses were raising prices for consumers while claiming fears of a recession as justification. Many well-known brands in the restaurant sector are currently acting similar to Starbucks. In light of how much money these businesses are making, some of those additional expenses may not be essential. However, the truth is that they see that we are in for much tougher times, and they are working to better position themselves to fend off the recession that is already beginning. Although inflation decreased by approximately 6% between June 2022 and July 2023, it still seems like prices are rising right now. Every time we visit our favorite store or restaurant, we are presented with yet another price hike, despite the fact that food companies are witnessing wholesale prices return to pre-pandemic levels. Since 2021, this circumstance has occurred 4 times for Starbucks customers, and it is about to happen a 5th time. According to a recent assessment by food industry analysts with MBS, prices for Starbucks goods have increased by 20 to 30% over the last couple of years. And based on the multinational company's second quarter financial report, it doesn't appear that prices will decrease anytime soon. Extreme weather occurrences in 2021 and 2022 that resulted in a global coffee scarcity were that initially prompted the corporation to start adjusting menu prices. It is becoming more difficult for Starbucks to defend why it continues to pass on more costs to its customers as a result of lower inflation and lower coffee prices, though. Currently, a 12-ounce cup of coffee at Starbucks costs roughly $2.75, up from $2.50 a few months ago. In contrast, a grand-sized coffee, formerly $2.45, but now costs $2.95 in some locations, a 20% increase. A venti-sized coffee at Starbucks currently costs about $3.95, as opposed to $3.65 a few months ago. A tendency to size coffee at Starbucks currently costs about $4.25, up from $3.95 by 30 cents. Along with the growing price of car coffee, a latte or cappuccino now costs $3.75 instead of $3.25 in the first quarter. For example, the price of other beverages at Starbucks has also increased. The cost of a venti-sized frappuccino has increased from $4.95 to $5.25, but the business is unsure of the precise amount of menu prices will rise this fall in the interim year of 2022. According to CEO Howard Schultz, beverages will cost between 70 cents and $1 more by the fourth quarter of 2023, with an overall menu price rise of 10% for 2023. Since prices have increased by an average of 6% so far, an additional 4% price increase could possibly be in the works. Schultz announced plans for more pricing adjustments through the end of 2023 with the intention of charging customers extra fees if they seek to change some beverages before leaving his position as CEO. For refreshers served without any water, several retailers are now charging a $1 fee. Although it appears that the policy was implemented in May, several places have only recently begun to use it. Reddit users have taken pictures of Starbucks signs, one of which reads, "Starting May 9th, Starbucks will start to charge for no water, no ice, and light ice in the Starbucks refresher beverages at all of their locations." It appears that the business has learned that many customers are foregoing water in favor of stronger beverages. Although ordering light or no ice doesn't affect the base to water ratio, you do generally get more product in your cup when you order a refresher without water, no ice, or both, as this is what costs the business money. The current state of Starbucks pricing initiatives is uncertain. Profits for the previous 3 months increased by 31%, according to the coffee shop chain. Andy Lewis, a historian, claims that Starbucks' justification for the upcoming price rises is nothing more than a wordy attempt to mask corporate greed. The consumer advocacy group agrees. Corporations are raising prices on customers and using worries about a recession as a cover to do so, as evidenced by the public's fury over Starbucks' fifth price increase after awarding its CEO a nearly 40% raise last year. He stated that the organization's former CEO, who resigned in March 2023, experienced a 39% increase in remuneration to $20.4 million by the end of 2022. On the other hand, a board member of the Groundwork Collaborative noted that sector after sector and company after corporation are raising prices on consumers and using concerns about economic challenges as justification during the pandemic. Supporters claim the company is trying to boost its bottom line by pushing higher costs onto consumers, a practice also known as price gouging. In addition, Domino's Pizza will cost more or less for CFO Sandeep Reddy. According to the chain's third quarter results, he anticipates price increases to reach roughly 7% in the fourth quarter. They would examine their input costs and essentially what it means in terms of long-term store profitability for the franchisees and corporate stores, since prices have already increased 5.4%. Then, however, we also consider the relative consumer price points and market competitiveness. According to CEO Russell Weiner, since 2022, Wendy's and Shake Shack have seen rises of almost 10% each. Todd Pranger, CEO of Wendy, stated that prices may increase by another 2% before the year's conclusion. The third and fourth quarters of 2023 are expected to see high single-digit pricing increases, according to Shake Shack CFO Katie Fogarty. Many businesses in the food sector won't be able to pass on rising expenses to their customers any longer without experiencing a sizable decline in sales. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Also, express your valuable thoughts in the comment section below. Until then, bye. Also spend some time watching other videos on the channel.